Hello, everyone. This is Alex from Keynnect for another weekly freight market update. Let's talk about what's really happening out here on the road. The big question everyone's asking, is this market finally turning around? Well, I've been grinding through the numbers, talking to brokers, and watching the load boards like a hawk. Today, I'm going to give it to you straight. No sugarcoating, no broker BS, just the facts you need to make money in this market. Let's roll! Here's your dashboard view of what's happening. First up, rates are stabilizing. After that gut punch we took mid-July, spot rates are holding steady. No more bleeding out. Second, capacity is finally tightening up. More loads posted, fewer trucks available. That means you've got leverage again when that broker calls trying to lowball you. Third, and this is important, we're running stronger than last year. Dry van and reefer are showing real momentum. Not boom times yet, but we're climbing out of that hole. And fourth, the signs are pointing toward a carrier favorable market heading into fall. Now, I've been doing this long enough to know nothing's guaranteed, but this is the best setup we've seen in 2 years. The freight recession might actually be ending, folks. Let's talk money, because that's what keeps your wheels turning. National average spot rates, all in with fuel. Dry vans sitting at $2.02 a mile, holding steady. Reefers at $2.33, also steady. Flatbeds at $2.43, same story. Now here's the kicker. Line haul rates for dry van are up 3 cents per mile compared to last year. 3 cents might not sound like much, but when you're running 2,500 miles a week, that's an extra $75 in your pocket. That's your truck payment right there. These rates aren't great, but they're not bankrupting anybody either. And more importantly, they've stopped falling. We found the floor, drivers. This right here is what we've been waiting for. Load postings jumped 5% last week. Meanwhile, truck postings dropped 11%. You know what that means? Simple supply and demand, just like they taught you in CDL school. When there's more freight and fewer trucks, rates go up, period. End of story. This is the market shift that puts power back in your hands. That broker who's been beating you down for 2 years, he needs you now more than you need him. So when they call with that cheap freight, you tell them the market's changed. You're not falling toilet paper to Miami for $1.60 anymore. Those days are over. Now let's look at the load to truck ratios. This tells you exactly how tight each market is. Dry van jumped 13% last week, from 6.1 to 6.9 loads per truck. That means for every truck posted, there's almost 7 loads available. Reefers, even better, leaked 19% to 12 loads per truck. 12 to 1, folks. If you're running reefer and can't find a decent load, you're not looking hard enough. Flatbed's the strongest at almost 25 loads per truck. But don't get too excited. That's more about trucks leaving the market than loads increasing. Bottom line, all 3 equipment types are way stronger than last year. This isn't 2019 levels of crazy, but it's a hell of a lot better than the disaster we've been living through. Here's where it gets interesting. The national tender rejection rate is sitting at 4.5%. That's 1.11 points higher than last year. What's that mean in plain English? Contract carriers are walking away from more loads, and those loads are spilling into the spot market. That's opportunity knocking, drivers. Dry van and reefer rejections are way up from 2024. When the big fleet starts saying no thanks to contracted freight, that freight becomes your freight, usually at better rates. Flatbed's the oddball here. Rejections are actually lower than last year. But if you're running van or reefer, this is good news. More freight hitting the spot market means more choices and better rates for you. Let's drill down on van and reefer. Dry van rates are stable and slightly up year over year. About 1 in 20 contracted loads are getting rejected, compared to 1 in 33 last year. That's a lot more freight flowing your way. Reefer's even tighter. Rejections are running 2.76 points higher than last year. And if you're anywhere near Southern California during produce season, you're seeing some serious rate spikes. Those strawberries and lettuce aren't going to haul themselves. If you're running van or reefer, this is your time. The market's working in your favor for the first time in a long while. Don't leave money on the table. Now, flatbed drivers, I gotta level with you. Your market's not showing the same strength. Construction slowed down, oil fieldwork soft, and rejection rates are actually below last year. It's still a shipper's market in flatbed. Carriers are accepting 93% of contracted flatbed loads. That means there's plenty of capacity and not enough freight. If you're running flatbed, you might want to think about throwing some tarps on that trailer and hauling something else for a while. Just being real with you. Let's talk lanes, specifically that Florida-Texas run that everybody loves to hate. This is a perfect example of market imbalance you can use. Heading into Florida? That's your money run. Shippers pay premium to get trucks into the state. Van rates often clear $2 a mile. Reefer can hit $3 during peak. But leaving Florida? That's your backhaul nightmare. Upper $1 range if you're lucky. Abundant capacity means you're fighting for scraps. Here's the veteran move. Only take that high-paying load into Florida if you've got a pre-planned load out, or if the inbound rate covers your round trip. Don't get stuck in Miami begging for freight. I've seen too many drivers learn that lesson the hard way. All right, let's wrap this up with what you need to know. 1. The market has firmed up. We've hit bottom and we're climbing. 2. Van and Reefer are your best bet right now. That's where the momentum is. 3. Be smart about your lanes. Know your head hauls and back hauls. And 4. Look ahead. This stability and tightening capacity are setting us up for a stronger Q4. Drivers, we've been through hell these last 2 years, but the tide's turning. Stay informed, stay smart, and get ready to finally make some real money again. If this update helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more resources in the description. Load board tips, fuel card reviews, and market analysis that'll keep you ahead of the game. Until next week, keep the shiny side up and the hammer down. Stay safe out there.